Hello, it's Ted Stafford from Singnasium coming at you live from Red Square in Moscow, where you can see behind me the lovely St. Basil's Cathedral. No, never mind, I'm in my bedroom just like everybody else. Anyway, I teach a course called Music Literacy 101, and I'm inviting you to join me today for a little transposition tip. But before I get to the tip, there are a lot of things that I'm just going to kind of glide over in this tip. And if you want to get more information about that and the sort of fundamentals involved all the way through, then you might want to consider coming to my workshops. They're each one's a week long, so it's 3 weeks right in a row that are really going to get into a lot of practice and a lot of explanation of how music is written, so that you can go more quickly from the page to the stage. That's my goal for you, is to be able to take your piece of paper with the music on it and get it to performance faster. So the first week we'll be discussing rhythm, how it's written, without worrying about pitch. Then we're gonna, and that's gonna be with the music of Gershwin. Then it's gonna be Rodgers and Anyone for the sound of music, where we're gonna learn how to read the music on the staff in treble and bass clef, and know where all those notes are on the piano or a virtual piano. And then the last week is our Ticket to Ride, where we're going to go into depth on what chords are and how to transpose them, and even voicings that you can play to get the feel for what an accompaniment should sound like, and practice on your own. So this really would come from the third week, this tip for today. So the big question here that we want to look at is, I have to provide transposed charts to the band, and my beautiful music director is too busy to write them. What do I do? This happens. Do you find a college student? No. Do you find somebody else? Do you buy the music again on Sheet Music Plus? You don't have to. You can transpose it yourself. It's not that hard. So this tip involves a transposition tool. And here, in the lower part of my screen, I have a little bit of someone to watch over me. And here is my transposition calculator. And you'll see right here that I have the notes of the musical alphabet in a way that kind of looks like the piano keyboard. The accidentals, the sharps and flats, are in the gray areas, and the notes of the scale are in the white areas, just like a piano. We're going to actually change it to the key of the music and to the new key in order to figure out what these new chords are. So you might have noticed that some of these chord notes have two names. That can be an issue, but we'll talk about that when we get there. This, in the key of C, what we see here is the major scale, just like Julie Andrews taught it. It's do, re, mi. There's do, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then there's a C at the top. We need to change that because this song is written in the key of E flat major. And if you're like, well, how am I supposed to know that? Maybe your music director's got time for that one. What key are we in and what key are we going to? Help, it's a text. And he's like, it's an E flat and you're going to B flat. Okay, great. So our new do, and the written sheet music, is E flat. And where we want to go is where do is B flat. That's our new tonic of the key. So in order to figure out what these notes are, we have to use each letter of the musical alphabet. So here, to get to re, we need to go past one square and get to the next one. So from E flat, right here, if we go past this square, right here, the E, and get to the F, that's our whole step for the beginning of the scale. This one in between, it could be that it's an E natural. It probably is an E natural. It probably wouldn't be an F flat. So there you go. Then in this one, we're going to have this next square. It's going to be F sharp or G flat. And it's not that important for right now because we may not even need that as a name note of a chord. The next one up is G. Now this next one is important. We're going 1, box to the right, which means we have to go up. It's still in the white boxes, so we have to go up one letter name. So that's going to be an A flat. It has to be an A flat. This one's going to be an A. This one has to, for the same reason, be a B flat, because from our last white key, we have to go up one letter in the musical alphabet. Then we get a B natural. C comes next. No problems there because it's by itself in the box. This is going to be our C sharp or D flat, either one. And the last box will be D. That's the key the music is written in. Now we want to move it to this other key. So we're going to do the same thing. And then it's like we've got the key to the code. And for most of the chords we're going to find, we'll be in good shape. So we start with B flat, then comes B. We're just going right up the chromatic scale. After B, the very next note is C. After C, we have, it could be a C sharp or a D flat. After that, we have a D, because just right there. Then we have, it has to be an E something. It's going to be the very next one from D, so it has to be an E flat, if you follow my cursor. Has to. That's the mi fa right there. Then we have E. It has to be F, because E and F are next to each other on the piano. Then we have either F sharp or G flat, depending. Then we have G, G sharp or A flat, depending, and A. Now we have our new key. So this top line now is not important to us anymore. We have the information we need, and we're ready to rock. This is our old key, this is our new key, and here on this sheet, I'm just going to type in the chords as we change them. So the first chord is an E flat. So we look up in the box. E flat becomes B flat. And on we rock. Then we get an E flat major 7. We're like, well, I don't know what the difference is. It doesn't matter. Everything that comes after the note of the chord, you just leave the way it was. So it's a B flat major 7. Keep going on. Next one's an E flat 9. It doesn't matter. We just put B flat because that's right there. B flat and then 9. Boop. What do you care what it means? We'll talk about that in week 3. But for now, it doesn't really matter. This is an E flat 7. It's still going to be the same transposition. We're just going to change the letter. It's a B flat 7. Boom. Now we get some fun stuff. We have an A flat major. So A flat's right here. We look down. Oh, it's going to be an E flat major 7. E flat major 7. And we rock onwards, and we get to a C minor. C minor on the top, G minor on the bottom. G minor. And as you go, I'll do another one. I'll just scroll up here, and we'll see what else we see. Oh, look, there's a lot of chords, and things are getting wacky here, I can tell. So you just cross out the old chord just with one slash so that they can still see what's under it in case you make a mistake, and put the other one in color or in big letters above it. Okay, F. F is right here. So we look down, it's going to be a C7. And the next one, F minor 7. So we're not changing the root of the chord, it's going to be C minor 7. We just put the same suffix. Then we keep going on, and we have a G minor. So we look up at the top. G becomes D. The minor stays the same. Boop. B flat 7. There's B flat up on the top. Oh, it looks like it's going to be an F7 now. Now we get to E flat. Oh, we had that before. I remember. That's our root. It's going to be B flat now. B flat. If there's no suffix, it just means major. But piano players will add, a 9th in there, or maybe a 6th, just to color it in. F minor. What's that going to become? F's become C's. Okay, groovy. C minor. And we have an E. This little circle means diminished. So let's see. E diminished. E is going to become B. Oh my. That's spicy. E diminished. Hooray, I found it. And then F minor 7 flat 5, F becomes C. We just change the roots. C minor 7 flat 5. Like, Ted, I don't know what you're talking about, what those chords are. Yeah, well, come to the class, week 3. And the last one is a B flat 7. And we look up to the top. Becomes an F7, but it won't fit because I've run out of page. So that's the handy transposition tool, and it'll get you through most of what you have. You may find that there's some confusion with the C sharp D flat or these F sharp G flat or G sharp and A flat, and when they come up, you have to look at how many letters it is away from the previous chord. That may give you your idea of what you need to do for this new key. That's the trick of it. So let's see if I don't. That's one we'll have to look at in class. So there you go. That's my tip for you. The transposition calculator is a great way to make an easy job of it. It's kind of like a slide rule for musicians. Bit nerdy, actually. Anyway, I hope to see you in classes this summer, and I hope that this tip is helpful.